All right, all right. I want to welcome you to this training. Today we're going to be talking about something that, I feel like is a big issue in the chiropractic and health space when it comes to weight loss. So we're going to be talking about the four signs you're doing weight loss in your practice the wrong way and how to fix it. Now, if you're a chiropractor or health professional offering weight loss, or maybe you're someone who's actually thinking about doing this, chances are you're probably making at least one of these four mistakes I'm going to cover. And these mistakes, may be the reason why your weight loss program isn't growing. It may also be why your clients aren't sticking with your program. And it may also be a big reason why your revenue is not actually scaling or making the money you want. So I'm going to go show you these four biggest signs you're going to be doing in your weight loss practice the wrong way and really how to fix them. Now, uh, the thing that I always look at is your system scalable? Is it virtual? And is it built for clients' long-term success? So, my name's Jesse Ewell. I help chiropractors and health professionals install a system called the VIP weight loss system. It's a turnkey habit-based medically supported program that's helped dozens of health practitioners and hundreds and thousands of clients, you know, lose weight. Not only that, but just on our practitioner side, they've been able to make 20 to 30K. I have some clients that have made well over $50,000 a month and even some reaching six figures a month. And the big thing with this program is it doesn't rely on supplements. It's not driven by restrictive dieting. It is built to scale and it is a virtual program. And the great thing about this is whether you have a brick and mortar business or you may be wanting to just change up the model of the way you run your business, it really can adapt to either one of those. And it gives you a huge place and a great place to actually run something side by side, maybe what you're currently already doing. But more importantly, it's going to help your clients get better results. So I want to get into this training. So sign number one is going to be that you're selling number one. So we're going to be selling products or selling supplements, not the transformation. And the reason why I say this is because, here's the biggest thing, what's happening is I see a lot of chiropractors and health professionals selling supplements. They're selling, these detox kits. They're selling all of these things, a diet plan. And, the big thing with that is it's not that they don't work. It's that patients actually and clients actually want results. They won't want to be they don't want to be sold a pill or a supplement. And the other thing that I saw in the industry, I've been in the fitness industry for 23 years. You have to sell the lifestyle change, um, because otherwise, if we're relying on supplements and if we make it about the supplements, we're just selling another magic pill, and it's not really a long-term sustainable solution. And so, the goal with everything that we're doing is clients are looking for, that end result of whether it's losing weight and getting their confidence back, getting their energy back, being able to sleep better, selling them something beyond just a temporary solution so that it actually sticks. And that's the great thing about it. Now, the reason why in our VIP weight loss system is we sell a 12-week transformation. Okay. We're going to sell habit change. We're going to sell them on, fixing, their gut, fixing their liver, restoring their metabolism. And the cool thing about that is it's all driven by real food. It's not relied on supplements. Now, obviously, I think there's a time and place for supplements, but we can't just go into a program thinking that, hey, if you just take these supplements for the next 6 weeks, your life's going to change, because supplements really realistically should only change your health maybe 10% of the time. It's really the lifestyle changes that you're making around that are going to make the big difference. And that's why we really want to emphasize that. So I want to get into, this. So this is really topic number one. And then we get into number two mistake. Okay. You're scalable and it's not virtual. So a lot of times I see people doing a program it's very one-on-one. Um, but the problem with that is one of two things. Number one, if it's one-on-one, it's going to rely on you. You're probably writing out customized plans. You're probably managing clients. You're probably doing consults. You're probably doing all these things. Now, the problem with that, and I used to do this too when I was a one trainer, I used to believe that nobody was as good at me at what I was doing. The problem with that is that kept me in that same place all the time until I recognized, well, maybe I should just create a program that all my trainers and everybody else could follow, and I could make tweaks to that program, and the customization would come from the actual coaching that I delivered from my program. And so as I kind of made that transition, I started to recognize that my philosophy didn't really change with the client, but I would customize things based off of the client's goals, based off of what they wanted. And that's where the customization, but the foundation of my program didn't deviate and didn't change. However, the way that they moved and some of the things that they did and some of their lifestyle, I may change those and customize those a little bit, but that came from coaching. So um, you have to have more of a program approach. And the reason why I say that is, yes, customization would be great, but here's what I've come to find out, that most people that say their program is customized, they're doing it from the same philosophy on every person. They have kind of a general list of rules that they would go through. And so even though they may say it's customized, it's still with those same exact rules. And so the way that you can make your program scalable and virtual means that we begin to build out curriculum, we begin to automate things, and it doesn't just rely on you. The other thing is it allows us to maybe see our clients more often if we do some type of virtual side, but we don't have to necessarily meet one-on-one with them every time, which means they see me more often. They actually get more coaching from me, but I don't have to see them for a longer duration, and I don't have to see them, one-on-one. And then they get to learn from other people too. And the cool thing is when you understand how to scale a program, how to create curriculum around it, and one that gives people a system and it gives people structure, it helps them be super successful, and everybody gets to learn from each other. And so inside the VIP weight loss system, we're giving you a scalable virtual delivery model, which means that we can we automate the onboarding process. There's tools, there's remote coaching. So your client feels fully supportive, but it feels like it has a community aspect to it also, where people can really be successful. Now, I want to get into the next thing, which is sign number three. So being in the fitness industry for a long time, this was the game changer for everything. So accountability and coaching. Okay, here's the biggest thing I see in the coaching space is there's very little accountability. Part of the reason there's no accountability is because there's no system or structure for people to be successful. So let's say this. Let's say that I give you a piece of paper and it says do 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't ever check in with you and make sure you're doing that. I don't ever coach you on how you can improve and do it better. And I don't coach you on maybe some things that may be holding you back. The problem with that, your clients eventually are going to either have a hard time, not because they don't know what to do, but because they may have limiting beliefs. They may have other things that are holding them back. And if you're not coaching them and checking in on accountability with them, they're going to get off track no matter how great of a program you have. I could have the best diet on a piece of paper. But if I don't hold my client accountable and I don't coach them and guide them through it, there's no structure for them to, be successful. So you need a structured system for accountability. You need it for support, and you also need consistent follow up, because that's how people can operate in a system and have that structure. Most of the time, it's not that people don't know what to do, it's that they have a hard time walking it out and actually doing the work. And so this is where they struggle: consistency and really believing that they can do it, because they've probably tried it a few times and just haven't had success. Now, the great thing about the VIP system and what makes it different is we have weekly coaching check-ins, we have accountability check-ins, and we have structured accountability and a system to follow so that clients can understand, like, hey, these are the specific things you need to be doing. And then they need to understand why they're not doing them, where they may be holding up, and then ARPs to have that structure for people to be successful. Remember, having a habit-based approach, having a system creates a foundation for somebody to come back to. If they get off track, it creates a foundation for somebody to build upon. And so many of the programs today, they don't have either one of those. And so it's just a bunch of advice. And the difference is people don't follow advice for very long. They follow structure and they follow a system and they follow habits because they can always go back to them. Those are simple and easy to follow. Now, number 4 is going to be not positioning it as a results-based offer. So a results-based offer means that we are selling the result. Okay. And I see this too much in the chiropractic and weight loss space. Is a lot of people kind of treat weight loss, even like the health stuff, as if it's a um, detox, kind of a generic cleanse or generic challenge, but they're just selling a bottle, a product. They're not actually selling the results or the benefit that they would get at the end of, the program. And so if you're really going to truly sell, transformation, if you're really going to truly sell people on getting a specific outcome, it can't be a cheap sale. Okay. It can't be just about supplements. It has to be about the results and what people actually want. And so, if you sell life-changing transformation, you got to sell, hey, here's where you're going to be in 12 weeks. Here's where you're going to be in 24 weeks. And this is the way that you can really get people committed, and you can get people to be consistent and see the value in what you're actually creating. Okay. And the cool thing about this is that clients believe in the outcome more than they do in the process, or more they do in a pill bottle. And so, when you sit down and actually think of this, we want to position the result, get it, because I get to keep seeing. Now, one of the cool things that we do inside of VIP weight loss system is we actually help you position the price, we help you position the program and the results so that you can charge, $1,800, $2,000, up to $4,000 for a 12-week program. Clients are invested, they get better results, and they actually want to refer others because they're focused on results as the big thing that they're actually looking at. Now, I want to kind of go through this because I think this is important. So, kind of the bonus part of this is I think a lot of programs miss out on this. And, part of the reason why I talk about a habit-based approach is that having a habit-based approach, it's simple, but simple is what gets results. If it was complicated, nobody would follow it. Nobody would do it. Okay. Habits build foundations, good or bad. The idea is that most people are super focused on eliminating things. I got to eliminate sugar. I got to eliminate, this food. I got to eliminate this food. But having a habit-based approach gets people to feel like they begin to win and it gives them that short-term success, which means that they have something else to build on top of. Here's the other thing you don't realize with habits is that when a client begins to do a habit, chances are easier that they can follow that up with two or three more because they felt the success for that short period of time. And so the cool thing is when people start living this habit-based lifestyle, habit-based approach, they get these micro wins along the way. These micro wins along the way gets them to start changing their behavior. And by default, they start eliminating things like sugar. They start eliminating things in their lifestyle that used to be bad for them. Now they're actually doing things that are good for them. This also helps them, build on top of that foundation they have. And so inside, this is the biggest thing I see. Inside of most programs, there's no habit-based approach. In fact, a lot of the programs in the chiropractic space, they don't even require exercise. Okay. Yet exercise is probably the second most important thing when it comes to weight loss. Obviously, number one being nutrition. But when it comes to weight loss, exercise is going to be a close second. But if that's not an emphasis in your program and there's not like a habit built around that, you're going to be in trouble as far as people getting results. And, obviously, exercise has so many benefits other than weight loss, and it has a lot of mental, spiritual, and just physical components and results to it that without it, I'm going to say this, like without it, people are going to struggle. Like I would rather just have some type of habit that was built around exercise in my program because I know so many of the benefits it would give somebody versus just focusing on nutrition or just taking supplements. And so inside the VIP weight loss system, it was founded on a habit-based methodology. It gives you guys your clients the patterns to help rewire their brain to eat, to move, to think, and to actually create permanent lasting change without having to worry about restrictive dieting. So the long-term benefit. So I want to kind of recap this. Number one, selling products versus selling the transformation. Number two, making your program scalable or virtual versus a one-on-one approach. And then the other thing is maybe missing out on the accountability and coaching aspect, which requires your clients to get much better results because anybody I've ever seen do accountability and coaching, they always get better results. And then number four, not positioning a results-based offer, just trying to sell a smaller package or smaller program, and you're missing out on the commitment piece. And then last and not least, not building your program around a habit-based foundation. So these are the four signs you may be doing weight loss the wrong way in your practice and how to fix it. Listen, if you're maybe not knowing how to build this, but you want something that's already done for you, it's already proven to work, and it comes with a marketing and sales system that's producing 20 to 30K, 40K a month. What you can go ahead and do is just type in VIP in the comments. You can also email us. And what I'll do is personally reach out to you or someone on my team will, and we'll see if we can get on a call and see if this may be a fit for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next training.